On the day of my discharge, my wife admitted to me that she had been talking to her ex-fiancé for support. She claimed I stopped talking to her, and he's the only one she can easily open up to. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over a story titled, My Wife Cheated on Me While I Was Hospitalized. And guys, this is about a guy who's been with his wife. He's known her for 15 years. I think they've been officially married for 2. And they have 2 kids together, a teenager and a toddler. And long story short, this guy got sick and he had to go to the hospital. He was there for 3 weeks. And while he was gone, she's cheating on him. What a great girl. However, you're going to see that this isn't the first time. They've had problems. They've had problems in the past where you'll see that this isn't her first rodeo cheating with the same guy. And yet still, she's going crawling back to her ex. And the worst part about the whole thing is this guy knew about it and still married her and all that. Big freaking mistake. And now, to no surprise, same thing's happening again. However, this guy eventually will come to his senses, to reality, and handle it right. However, he has to go through a lot of bullshit to get there. And I'm doing this one to show you guys, once again, as the saying goes, once a cheater, always a cheater. Your girl's cheating on you and you got proof, end it. Do not listen to her tears. Don't listen to her explanations. Don't let her try to twist it around and make you out to be the cause of that. It's bullshit. And I might add, if you have children with her, even then, you got to end it. Because guess what? She is not going to respect you. She already doesn't respect you because she's cheating on you, but she's definitely not going to respect you if you take her back. And those kids are going to grow up in a household where mom and dad are miserable and there's fighting and carrying on, or they just simply don't talk to each other. And those kids one day will end up just like you guys. And you don't want that for your kids. Amongst many other important lessons here, and of course red flags and all that. So it starts off, it says here, I was originally going to post this on a throwaway account, but whatever. I've been with this woman for over 15 years. We've been married for 2 years and 2 kids, 1 teenager and 1 is a toddler. How do you know those are your kids? In April of 2022, I went to the ER, which eventually led me to being hospitalized for a rare form of blood cancer. I was hospitalized for 3 weeks. Those 3 weeks sucked because being away from my 2 kids and my wife. Well, she was busy sucking somebody else. It was especially hard on her since I took care of mostly everything around the house, and now she was being forced to be a single parent while I was being treated. Oh, poor her, like she couldn't hold down the fort while he was gone. The poor thing. On the day of my discharge, my wife admitted to me that she had been talking to an ex-fiancé for support. She claimed I stopped talking to her, and he's the only one that she could easily open up to. Define opening up. Opening up her mouth, opening up her legs. If this was as far as it went, I would have been fine with it. Smack. What do you mean you would have been fine with it? That she's talking to her ex-fiancé, not ex, but especially fiancé. This is the type of nice guy, boneheaded shit that gets guys in so much trouble here. In her past, he says, some past history, we had some fights 6 or 7 years ago, where for a few weeks we took a break. This was prior to marriage. She was leaving to go see him. For those few weeks, I didn't really care. I was kind of done with her. So to my surprise, a few weeks later, we had the talk and asked what I want. I told her I figured we were over and that's what she wanted. Turns out she decided to stop seeing him and said that we need to work on our relationship. No. What's going on is that guy wasn't interested in her. She wasn't going to get a relationship with him. So she's going back to this guy telling the story here because he's the nice guy. He's the provider, the one she can jerk around, and she knows she can still have her flings on the side with this guy here. That's what's going on. This felt like a complete 180 from what I was expecting. So when she didn't expect it, I snooped. This is the man of her dreams. Soulmates, whatever. Even at this point where I am now, these two are made for each other. So why did I suddenly want to fix our relationship? Through my snooping, I found out they were effing on the regular in parking lots. Also read that she would choose him over me any day of the week without question. And you still stayed with her and then married her? Dude, you can't feel bad. Nobody can feel bad for you for doing this. I mean, gentlemen, this is why I do what I do. To share these stories so guys won't make the mistakes that these dudes do. He said, I only found out I only found out within the last few months that she stopped seeing him because he was getting married. There you go. He didn't want her because he found somebody else, and that's why she came back to him. I naively thought that things would be better, so I stayed. I had my son to worry about at the time, though. Still, it's no excuse. I'll give him credit because he cares about his boy and doesn't want to break up the house, but she's breaking up the family. When women don't respect you, they will not love you, and this is what you get. In the worst case. Apparently, so after the hospital release, once I was home, I didn't just sit right with me. During the night, I snooped again. I didn't trust her this time. Well, then you can't be with someone you don't trust. It's not going to work. Especially when it involved him. It started off innocently enough, with talking about my condition and how hard life was for her doing the single parent duties while I was in the hospital. Again, poor her. Then it broke into how she missed him and their relationship, and he went all in on things that he missed about her. She sent him nude pictures, talked about how much they missed their SEX life, and after reading that for a while, I just couldn't anymore. But the thing that hurt the most was reading that she didn't even miss me, just the fact that I wasn't around to help in the house. Bro, how much evidence do you need? How much hurtful things can she say and do to make you realize, end it? She's using you. You're nothing but a paycheck to her. End of story. And she'd be with this other guy in a heartbeat. And since this guy's talking to her again, the hopes are being reignited that she can have another chance with him. So many guys have to go through so much bullshit. The evidence can be right in front of them what to do. And until it's like smacking him in the face, which I do, it takes that to wake up. This broke me. For the next few nights, I made excuses to not sleep in the same bed as her. I told her I was too used to sleeping alone on the rigidness of the hospital bed. Well, she was probably like, okay. After the first week home, she asked if she could go see him. Are you shitting me? But, well, you know what? I'm not surprised because this guy's been such a pushover and weak that she will make these requests, thinking he'll go along with it anyway. She reassured me that it was all friendly. To not look like the possessive husband, I agreed. She could tell I was growing resentment. Smack. Who cares if you look like a possessive husband? Who cares if you look controlling? You got every reason to. So the next night, after some arguing, I finally told her that I knew that she was cheating. Of course, she denied any wrongdoing until I told her I knew she was sending him nude pictures. And is this the part where we all hope that he says, and get out, and we're done forever? No, not yet. As of now, here I am almost a year into the anniversary of my diagnosis. She leaves every other night after our youngest is asleep to see this man, who's going through a divorce right now. Because she wants to be with him now, dumbass. I stay home and spend time with my eldest son and game. Smack! Divorce her! I don't love her anymore, but I care about her well-being. Smack! Who cares about her well-being? Let her drop dead. She has a chronic illness where if she doesn't get her meds, she'll die, so I just can't get rid of her. She'll be fine. You don't need to spoon feed her medication. You can divorce her, and she can then go someplace else. She can get a job. She can have that guy take care of her. She's probably got family or friends. It's not your responsibility. I know she's the mother of your kids, and that means something, but still, fuck her. The truth is, I know I've just been a doormat the last year. You think? But I know that's going through a divorce is going to F me in the court system. You will get effed in the court system, especially if you live in a no-fault divorce state. But you'll survive. And at the end of that, it's better than being in this shit. I seriously don't know what to do. I have no one to talk to, as she essentially didn't let me have any friends in the years we've been together because it was always, what about me while you're out? Didn't let him have any friends. The fact that he said that she controls him that much shows this is why guys must work hard and build themselves up. That way people like this can't take advantage of him. This tells me this guy has no other options. Women aren't into him. He's weak, and he takes what he can get. You do this long enough, you can have people's numbers immediately after reading just a couple paragraphs. And she's like a narcissist who tries to distance their victim from everybody else so they can take advantage of him. He says here, there's definitely gaps I didn't fill in here, and I apologize for that. And he says now here as an update, since it's come up a lot now, yes, I've lawyered up. Thank the Lord. I have a consult on Monday. I'm taking the day off, but still pretend to go to work this morning. I put off retire too long. I hope my slack doesn't cost me too much. Well, you're going to pay the price, and the longer you've been married to her, the more you're going to have to pay. If you would have ended it with her before you got married, you wouldn't be in this fucking mess. But again, this guy doesn't think highly of himself. At least his actions have demonstrated that, but at least he's finally wised up. No doubt after everybody yelling at him in the comment section. So go to your lawyer, find out what your options are, good, bad, or ugly, and take it and move on and listen to your lawyer. And who cares if she doesn't take her meds, honestly. That'll save you some money every month. And try to get the kids. But the odds are she'll probably get the kids. And I guarantee she's going to be happy and will go off with that other guy. So I wish you the best. But time to work on yourself. And you divorce her, you need to work on yourself for years. No dating, no girlfriends. Watch material like this. Learn. Because you got a lot of work, my friend. But you know what, guys? Even if you're that clueless like this guy has been, you can eventually wake up and turn things around. But it takes time. It can happen overnight. I wish him the best. Now, some comments here. One guy says here, please don't carry her health burden when she couldn't have cared less about you when you're in the hospital for literal cancer. I'm betting you'll be happier without her, and if you ask for the kids, she'll probably let you have the majority custody. You have a second chance at life. Please take it and make the most of it. Live your life for you and your kids. Exactly. Anyway, she could care less when he was in the hospital, but he's caring about her and her goddamn meds. Next one says, lawyer up. Get a case put together. Kick her out. Divorce her and enjoy the life you deserve without her. Her medication is not your problem, and she's having the security of home while screwing around with somebody who probably is playing her along. Oh, that guy's definitely playing her. Either way, it's not your problem, and there is no point wasting your time with someone you don't love. Just be careful not to take her back when she comes back crying. Yes, she will come back crying. Do not sacrifice your life for someone who is not worth it. Another one says here, you are setting the worst possible example for your son. 20 years from now, your son could be in an emotionally, physically abusive relationship with someone who disrespects him. Is this what you want? You had cancer and you have proof that she was breaking your vows while hospitalized. Take her to court and leave. Guarantee he's setting this example for his son, and his son will end up with a woman just like his mom, treating him like garbage. Guaranteed, unless he changes and sets a better example. And last one here, it says, her medical issues are not your problem. She lost empathy for you a long time ago. You don't need to lose it for her, but you need to put yourself first for once. You know this already. If you need a sign, this is it. Divorce her, man. A freaking mess. So I really hope he does that and listens to a lawyer. I wish him the best. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you got a good story like to share or you found online, email it to me. strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to do it, and I definitely will. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.